best place. Let me get over here where I'm in the middle of everybody. Comfortable. Well, first of all, thank you all for taking not just tonight, but so much time that you have committed to this. Let me start with acknowledging our staff there. Juan Plites, our political director there in the back. Shayna Gowers are really everything from office manager to schedule, you name it. Elizabeth Smith, saw you floating around, campaign manager. We've had some other people come out. In fact, we've had some of the volunteers put in as much work as you would think they would be getting paid. This is new for me, all right, so I don't like it. 5-0 so far, well, until tonight, 3 general elections and 2 primaries, and it is not very comfortable, I will tell you this. But it likens me back to, I had a chance in small school to play quarterback in high school, and we did win a championship, but the greatest game that we ever played, we lost. And we had scheduled a game. We had an open date with a private school, Alabama. We were a small school. What we didn't know was they were the 3A state champs until we pulled into Montgomery, Alabama, and we passed the stadium once because we thinking that there's no way that would be where we were playing because the band was playing and everything else. And they had like 6 or 7 points had scored all year long. They were just a powerhouse. Well, long story short, we ended up losing 40-something to 20-something, but it was the greatest game that we ever played because we left nothing on the table. And I thought about that today. As much as it stinks, as much as I hate it, for many different reasons, we left nothing on the table when it came to the traveling. I think we got close to 80,000 miles. We wanted to see if it was possible to be able to have some kind of success where you literally could just travel the state and meet people one after the other. Because what we didn't anticipate, if we go back to last summer when President Trump endorsed, we had won the straw poll that day at the state convention, 44%, Mr. Budd's 29%, to Pat McCrory's 17.5%. We were kind of on our way, so we were caught off guard with President Trump's endorsement. I won't get into all that tonight. And then when you added the record amount of money that came in from some dark money groups, $12 to $14 million, it proved to be quite challenging. And but we were not going to quit. There were a couple of different times that we were offered deals to get out of the race at different occasions. But this last time when I was offered such was basically just to walk out on the stage and tell the people that the other guy was the better candidate. When I didn't believe it in my heart, I just said, I can't do that. And I was told, well, they'll sing your praises. They'll tell all the people at the Trump rally in North Carolina what a great conservative that you are, and you'll have 2 years where you can do this, X, Y, and Z, and we'll take care of this. And I just said, there's one problem. It's not the truth. And they kept like, well, why is that a big hang-up for you? And, well, you know, I've never been one to play the political game. We've never done this conventional. It's one of the reasons I feel like that we've had some wonderful success in the U.S. House, becoming the first new member ever elected to chair the largest caucus in Congress, highest rated conservative to ever serve in the top 4 leadership positions. And as crazy as it is, we're ranked the highest America First candidate as well. Last member in Congress to get a balanced budget amendment to the floor. We just went up there, we grabbed the bull by the horns, and we got some things done. But probably something that I'm very proud of is my approach. As strong of a conservative rating that we have, I never forgot how to represent all of our communities. I'm the only Republican in North Carolina to do 2 things. Win the United Negro College President's Award and also be invited and give the commencement address at one of our historical black colleges university. In fact, I was told in Congress at my second term, I said, I'm going to invite all 101 chancellors of HBCUs to Washington, D.C. And leadership told me, you're out of your mind. President Obama didn't even invite him. I said, well, that's even a better reason to invite him. They said, well, they won't show. 87 of the chancellors did show. Why does that matter? Here's why that matters so much. And here's where Republicans and conservatives have to think. I want every boy and girl to know their rights don't come from Capitol Hill. They come from their creator, God Almighty. And that's where we've got to continue to take the message as we move forward. I don't know what Plan B is right now. I did call Mr. Budd and congratulate him and on the race. Told him he just had too many weapons for us to be able to overcome at this point, and I will make sure that I do everything I can to work on behalf of him and all the Republicans across the state, because there's just too much at stake with what we're looking at. Do I believe my record was better? Absolutely, or I wouldn't have been in it from the beginning. Do I believe that our time in Congress shown and proved some of that? It did, and it does. But look, I'm a person of modest means. I don't run from that, not ashamed of it, nor am I poor-mouthing about it. But we did not have as many resources as we needed to be able to get our state name ID across the state. But look, I'm not upset about any of that, because you work hard and you pray and you leave the results to the Lord, and that's where we are this evening. So what I want to do is take just a minute and kind of thank all of you guys. As I look around the room, I'd like to call somebody by name, but then I would aggravate somebody by not calling their name. But there's so many of you that have worked hard, really from the very beginning, and I'm overwhelmed that you would get behind us and support us from 2014 on, when we decided to run for Congress. And as Marcus said, who the heck are you? And what do you think you're doing over here in our parade? And but I remember you guys set a record turnout that exists to this day in getting that opportunity. We're going to continue to get out there and work and serve. That's been our life, is to serve in some kind of capacity. We don't know what all that looks like by the end of the year. God's protected and provided for us in the close to 80,000 miles that we've driven across the state, and just working it one-on-one. One of the things that I'm proud of is that, once again, we never ran a negative ad. We kept it about what we believe is right, kept it positive. Didn't mean I didn't want to. There were a couple times that we were close. But I did reach out to the president of the Club for Growth, the last ad that they ran, and told him what I thought of it. But we wanted to keep it pro-positive and moving forward. So